Poltergeist Swing. This video was uploaded on April 27, 2022 to the Arma Media channel on YouTube. It appeared to be an innocent room recording. Grainy footage showing a small girl playing quietly by the window. She had a simple plastic toy that resembled a swing, loosely hooked onto the iron bars of the window frame. At first, everything seemed normal. The girl would push the toy gently, watching it sway back and forth with childlike curiosity. But then, something shifted. What began as harmless play turned unsettling in a matter of seconds. Without warning, one of the wardrobe doors behind her creaked open, slowly, deliberately, then slammed shut with an unnatural force. A heartbeat later, it creaked open again. And this time, it stayed open, gaping into a shadowed interior that felt far too dark for such a small space. At that exact moment, the swing began to shake. Not sway, but tremble, violently, erratically, as if gripped by an invisible force. The girl's playful amusement turned into stillness. She stepped back, her tiny hands frozen midair. But the toy didn't stop. It shook harder and harder, smashing back and forth with unnatural speed as though something unseen was thrashing in anger. The child backed away in fear, her face shifting from confusion to pure terror. Then she ran, stumbling slightly as she fled the room, perhaps to call for her mother. But what help could a mother possibly offer in the face of something like that? Something not of this world, something that had made its presence known not with a whisper but with chaos and dread. And the swing? It didn't stop even after she left. It kept moving, as if whatever had entered that room was just getting started. And on to the next mysterious video. American Wendigo. This next video, uploaded to the Quemahoning Paranormal Group YouTube channel in October 2023, quickly gained attention. But the chilling events it captures actually date back to December 2021. According to the group, the footage was submitted by a longtime subscriber who'd been noticing a strange pattern near his remote Pennsylvania home. After the first heavy snowfalls of winter, the man began finding an overwhelming number of coyote tracks scattered across his property, far more than usual. Coyotes, known for their elusive yet vicious behavior, had suddenly begun to swarm the area in packs, circling his barn, skirting the tree line, and howling deep into the night. Concerned for the safety of his family and livestock, he mounted several motion-activated trail cameras around the edges of his land, hoping to document the animals' activity and find a way to protect what was his. But what the cameras captured on the night of December 21st, 2021 was not a coyote, and it was not something that should exist. In the early morning hours, just past 2:13 a.m., one of the cameras activated as a sudden frenzy erupted in the woods. The coyotes, usually silent and calculating, could be heard snarling and yelping in terror. Something had entered their territory, and whatever it was had frightened even these ruthless predators into a chaotic retreat. Then it appeared. Barely visible like a ripple in the air, a tall and gaunt figure moved silently past the lens. The creature left no footprints in the snow, caused no shadows, and made no sound as it glided past. Its presence was spectral, like a half-remembered nightmare bleeding into the waking world. The camera caught only that one brief moment. The other feeds, running all night, showed nothing. Terrified and desperate for answers, the man reviewed every frame of footage, but the entity never appeared again. It was as if it had only existed for those few seconds, drifting in from another realm before slipping back into the dark. What makes the sighting even more disturbing is how the beings seem to interact with the coyotes. Not physically, but psychologically. The animals were frenzied, afraid, and fleeing blindly in every direction. Something primal had warned them to run. The creature, translucent and untethered from the laws of the natural world, resembled nothing identifiable. However, some viewers of the clip suggested a possible link to the Wendigo, a malevolent spirit from Native American folklore known to haunt the forest during winter, embodying starvation, possession, and an insatiable hunger. The resemblance is chilling, a tall, emaciated shape wandering the woods when the cold is at its worst, invisible to most, yet unmistakably real in its presence. The clip, though only a few seconds long, leaves behind more questions than answers. Was it a spirit, a creature from another dimension, a manifestation of ancient folklore made real? Whatever it was, it defied explanation, logic, and the limits of human understanding. And it hasn't been seen again, at least, not yet. Here's another resemblance. Quemahoning Lanternman. This next video, also uploaded by the Quemahoning Paranormal group, features a chilling dashcam recording submitted by a man who had an unsettling encounter on May 27, 2020. He was returning from an evening fishing trip at the Quemahoning Reservoir, driving along a remote forest-lined road when something strange emerged from the trees. His dashcam was rolling, and what it captured is deeply disturbing. According to the witness, he first noticed a dim red light flickering ahead on the road. As he slowed down, the source of the light became horrifyingly clear. A tall, skeletal figure was holding what looked like an old lantern, its bony frame barely visible in the shadows. Locals who've seen the footage believe the figure may be tied to an old legend, the Lantern Man. Said to haunt the woods around the reservoir, he appears only at night, always carrying his dim red light, forever searching, though no one knows for what. The video raises more questions than it answers, but one thing is certain: the man behind the wheel never took that road again. Imagine this man experiencing such on reaching home. That's the fate of an household in this next video. Paranormal Chair. The next terrifying clip was uploaded to YouTube by Michael D. McGee in November 2010. What began as a simple experiment to debunk his brother's fear turned into something far more sinister. Michael's brother had long believed that their house was haunted. Strange sounds in the dead of night, the feeling of being watched, objects moving without explanation. So Michael set up cameras throughout the house to capture footage overnight. What he discovered would shake his sense of reality forever. The first night's footage was chilling. Moments later, the door creaked open slowly, eerily, as if pushed by invisible hands. No one was in the room. No logical explanation could be given. And it was only the beginning. Haunted house. The next clip escalates the horror. This wasn't just a one-time event. Michael had unknowingly documented 5 years of relentless, escalating poltergeist activity. This was no ordinary haunting. It was a siege. It began in the living room, where things moved of its own accord and disembodied knocks reverberated through the walls. Then it spread to the kitchen. Cabinets slammed shut, dishes shattered, and appliances switched on without warning. These weren't isolated incidents. They were part of a pattern, a malevolent presence making itself known, marking its territory. And it didn't stop at night. Contrary to what one might expect, this entity was not bound by darkness. In broad daylight, with the sun pouring through the windows, the disturbances continued. Every part of the house, every room, every hallway, every corner was touched by something unnatural. What's even more disturbing is that the family stayed. For over 5 years they endured this torment. Why? Some viewers believe the videos are real, the horrifying evidence of a genuine haunting. Others remain skeptical, grasping for rationality. One commenter even suggested the chaos was caused by a cat, despite not a single feline appearing in any of the footage. But skeptics or not, the fear is real. The tension, the sense of dread, the feeling that something is always just out of sight. It seeps through the screen and lingers long after the video ends. And while the ghost may not have inflicted physical harm, yet it has left its mark on the minds of everyone who watches. The question isn't whether something is in that house. The real question is, what is it waiting for? People have grown increasingly paranoid in recent years, and for good reason. It's now almost routine to leave cameras recording while away from home, just in case something strange or sinister happens. In this next video, that very paranoia proves chillingly justified. Flying orb. The footage was uploaded to YouTube by Claire Weaver, who had installed motion-activated security cameras in various parts of her house. Perhaps she feared burglars, planning to hand over any incriminating evidence to the police. But what her cameras captured can't be prosecuted. It can't even be explained, because what entered Claire's home that night wasn't human. The video begins innocently enough. An empty living room, bathed in the soft glow of night vision. But then it changed. Claire never saw these figures with her own eyes. She only discovered it days later, reviewing the footage after returning from a weekend trip. And though she tried to report the incident, there's no box on a police form for non-corporeal intruder. To this day, Claire refuses to stay in that house alone, and after watching this video, you might understand why. This last clip is also from a pre-recorded camera, but it got more scary. Deer Park Paranormal. This chilling video was originally uploaded to the Deer Park CBS YouTube channel in October 2017. Though the school has since been renamed Scariest Reese, a new name can't rewrite the past, nor can it cleanse the dark energy that still lingers in its halls. Deer Park CBS is not just any school. What sets it apart isn't academic prestige or athletic triumphs, it's something far more sinister. The school has long been whispered about in hushed tones as one of the most active paranormal hotspots in the world. From lockers rattling violently with no one around, to books flying off shelves, to icy gusts of air sweeping through sealed rooms. This is not the imagination of schoolchildren. These events have been witnessed by hardened skeptics, including veteran teachers and staff who swore they never believed in ghosts, until they started working here. One such terrifying incident was caught on CCTV. In the eerie glow of night vision footage, a chair is seen being moved by an unseen entity venting its fury. No human presence, no logical explanation, just raw, unfiltered terror captured on tape. You can hear the faint echoes of metal groaning, and if you listen closely, some swear they hear whispers, voices that don't belong to the living. Though rebranded as Scariest Reese, the school continues to operate like any other. Classes are held, exams are written, and life goes on. But beneath the surface, something stirs. Students still report shadows that move on their own, footsteps in empty corridors, and strange cold spots that seem to follow them. Some refuse to walk alone after dark. Others claim they've seen a figure watching them from the old, sealed-off section of the building, where no one is supposed to go. Let me know your thoughts on this one in the comments.